Welcome to Mr. Getz's Flipped Classroom. We're going to be taking a look at fraction division. We just recently had our test over this. Right here it says, Alex ordered 4 pizzas. He decided to give each of his friends 2/5 of a pizza. How many friends will get pizza? Okay, so there's some things we know here. There's some things that we don't know. What we do know is each friend gets 2/5 of a pizza. Now with this number line right here, what I think we should do is take that fifth and make that into a unit. So we're going to count by 1/5. So right here we're going to have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5 make a 1. So try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I like to do is show people a couple different ways to solve a problem. You don't always have to solve it my way. You may have a way to solve it. You may know a different way. So each friend gets 2/5. So here we're going to say, oh yeah, I see that 2/5. Oh yeah, I see that 2/5. Oh yeah, I see that 2/5. Oh yeah. And keep going down like this. Each friend gets 2/5. Keep going down here for my 2/5, 2/5, 2/5. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I got was 10. Now, what we want to have a student do is they understand the problem by reading it. Next, they come up with the plan, and after that, they solve it. And then at the end, they check it. So what we want to do is we want to come up to see if we can find a different way to solve this to check our work. Okay. What we're going to try then is if we have 4 pizzas, how many times does 2/5 go into 4? 4 divided by 2 over 5. How many times does 2/5 go in? Well, one thing about this is we can multiply by the reciprocal. Let's give that a try here. So 4 over 1 times 5 over 2. So what this is going to be then is the reciprocal of 2 over 5. Is 5 over 2. Multiply this across, we're going to get 20 over 2, and 20 over 2, divide the bottom by 2, divide the top by 2, 10 over 1 is equal to 10. Yes, that does check. Very nice. Maria wants to make blankets for her friends. She has 11 yards of fabric to use. Each blanket uses 2/3 yards of fabric. How many blankets can she make? What do you think we should put in here for the units? 2/3 of fabric in each. Let's go with 1/3. If we draw it like this, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 makes a whole. Nice. I could probably speed up this part of the video, right? 2/3 each. There's 2/3, there's 2/3, there's 2/3. Bruh, we got some left over here, so there's going to be some remainder here. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 point something right there. So 16 plus a little. Plus a little. Okay. Now what if we were to do that division? Okay, we got 11. 11 is going to be 11 over 1. And then we're going to divide by 2 over 3. Is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Is equal to 33 over 2. 33. How many times does 2 go into there? 2 goes into 3 once. 2. And then we're going to put another, see what happens here. We're going to put 1 here, then bring down the 3. It's going to be 6, 12, 1, and 1/2. So it's going to be 16. Now, how many yards of fabric does she have left? This is the confusing thing. So what she's going to have in essence is she can make 16.5 blankets. So 16 blankets. Right? How many blankets can she make? She can make 16, right? Now, how much is left over? This is what's tricky. So she's got half a blanket left. So she's got half left. But the thing is, there's 2/3 yards of fabric in each blanket. If she has half a blanket, she's actually got 2/3 times a third, which is going to be equal to 2 over 6 is equal to 1/3. So how many yards of fabric? 1/3 yard remains. Moving on. Now here's one kind of real world, right? So if you got a party coming up, you're making lemonade, how many people are you going to have? How much lemonade are people going to drink? Juan is making lemonade with his mom. The recipe calls for 2/3 cup of mix per batch. If Juan has 2 cups of mix, how many batches can he make? So take that 2/3 there, divide this into thirds. What this is then is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 to get to 1, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 to get to 2. Now we're doing 2/3 in each. There's a 2/3. There's a 2/3. There's a 2/3. 1, 2, 3. 3. And then we'll solve it a second way just to get in there for that check, right? So 2 is equal to 2 over 1. How many times does 2/3 go into that? How many times does 2/3 go into 2? Divided by 2 over 3 is going to be the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. Is equal to 6 over 2, and then dividing that out right there, it's going to be equal to 3. So that's going to be our nice check right there. Now we did have more problems here on the back side. More problems, pretty similar. Katie baked a cake, 4 square feet. She wants to cut the cake into slices that are 4/5 square feet. How many pieces of cake will she have? I'm not going to count it up on this because you guys have seen this already, but here's how you set up the problem. 4 over 1, how many times does 4 over 5 go into it? It's going to be the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. 4 over 1 times 5 over 4 should give you 20 over 4. And then divide the top by 4, bottom by 4 should be 5 over 1, 5. Max wants to make bracelets for his family. He has 9 feet of string. Each bracelet uses 3/4 foot of string. How many times does 3/4 go into 9? Well, here's a good estimation thing here. Check this out for estimation. So he's got 9 feet, right? So this right here is going to be, 1 right here is 3/4. This right here is going to be 1. This right here is going to be 1. So see what I'm doing? I'm just seeing what I can get out of this 3/4 here. 3/4 here, same thing here. 3/4 here. Okay, 3/4 here. So we can make a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can make a good 9, but then check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9, what? I've got 9 quarters left over. What is that as a mixed number? Or what is this multiplied out? Let's see here. It's going to be 9 over 4, which is the same as 8 over 4 plus 1 over 4. Now what this is showing us here is 8 over 4 is 2 plus 1 over 4. So it's going to be 2 and 1/4 is what we're going to have. Now how many 3/4 can go into that? 3 over 4, 3 over 4, 3 over 4. We could just go ahead and add all those up. And this would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9 over 4. So we have, count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think our answer is going to be 12. But let's go solve it that second way to see what happens. All right, so 9 over 1 divided by 3 over 4 is going to be equal to 9 over 1 times 4 over 3, which is going to be equal to 36 over 3. 36, 3, 1, 3, 0, 6, 2, 12. Check, check. It's fun with numbers, folks. Working with numbers, fun with numbers. Once you know how to set some of these up and can do some, a little bit of multiplication, a little bit of division, boy, there's a lot that we can do. All right, last one. Bailey the dog was given 2 bones. Owner decided to let Bailey chew a quarter of a bone each day. How many days will it take for Bailey to finish the bones? So get this guy divided into quarters. Is that quarters? Quarter, half, 3/4, full. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4 quarters. Quarter a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 8. 2 over 1. How many times does 1/4 go into it? Well, that's 2 over 1 times 4 over 1, which is going to be 8 over 1. 8, 8, that checks. Had a couple other things that we did in class last week. This is one of them. And after the test, we had a little bit of time to do something a little bit different. So what I did was I played a video about the secret power of introverts. An introvert is somebody who draws strength or power from more quiet, low-key situations, whereas extroverts thrive in loud environments and they thrive around chaos. A strength of introvert is oftentimes they're good readers, deep thinkers, right? That's a strength. Strength of extroverts, make friends quickly. They are heard, right? Because easily heard. A weakness of introverts is may not speak up. Another weakness of introverts is may not make friends very quickly. A weakness of extroverts is extroverts may miss out because they are talking. And then I asked students to see how they identify, more introverted, more extroverted. How do you know? Give an example. And one thing that I did with this was I said, hey, raise your hand if you've ever been told to be more social or be more outgoing. If someone's been told that, they may be more introverted. Now, introverts and extroverts are both welcome in the classroom. And there has been research that has kind of shown that the most powerful groups of people, the most powerful communities, most powerful businesses, maybe even the most powerful sports teams are made up of both introverts and extroverts. Made up of both of them that are able to work together. Another thing that we did the day before we left for our 5-day break, we went through a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What does a student do well? Right? What are they strong at? Lots of times in education, we focus on weaknesses. What can we improve on? Hey, how about this? Let's look at this. You didn't do too well on this. Let's spend more time on it. Now, the power of doing this is when you feel bad or you feel down, if you kind of think of your strengths, that'll make you feel better. Well, what if you feel like you're kind of getting ahead of yourself or you're doing too much? You need to slow down. Well, there could be some weaknesses that could kind of rein that back in again to encourage you to slow down a little bit. Now, these are things that are internal to you. You have strengths, you have weaknesses. Now, these are things that are external. So what is an opportunity that you have? And then what is a threat? Now, I'd like students to see math class as an opportunity, right? There's also student council as an opportunity. There's other things that will come up in life that what opportunities are open to you? What trends could you take advantage of? How could you turn your strengths into opportunities, right? So look at what you do well. What can you do with that thing that you do well? Now, with your weaknesses, what could you do to improve? What are others likely to see as weaknesses, right? We need to minimize our weaknesses. And it's tough. Y'all, it takes a lot of trust to say what your weaknesses are because an enemy or somebody who isn't a friend could capitalize on your weaknesses to take advantage of you. So it takes a lot of trust to fill this in. Now, what do we see as a threat? What threats could harm you? What threats do your weaknesses expose you to? What we want to do is see if we can maximize our opportunities and then minimize our threats. And the last thing that we did last week is we had a circle, a restorative justice circle, and we went around in the circle with a talking piece. Only the person holding the talking piece could speak, and the student would say their name, how they feel on a scale of 1 to 10, and why. Now, we're going to be doing some things like this occasionally. Yes, I do know it's a math class, but after we had our test last week, and then we had also finished going through this worksheet, doing a lot of numbers, I wanted to take a little bit of time to do some get to know you type of activities, some bigger picture things, and talk about some things that our sixth graders will be we'll be looking forward to in the future, and how to have them set up not only for success in the math classroom, but to have them set up for success in other places in their lives as well. You've been watching Mr. Getz's Flipped Classroom. Thanks so much for being here.